Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're working with some really fascinating sources, commentary from Beit Yisrael International and the Gaddi Efrayim notes, and they all center on Parashat Vayeshev, the story of Yosef.
And our goal today really is to get into this idea of Yosef as the suffering engineer of redemption.
Right. Not just a story, but something more.
It's the architecture of redemption. That's the framework, how this ancient story is actually a blueprint for the light of Mashiach.
And the tension kicks off immediately. The Torah says, Vayeshev, Yaakov sought to dwell in peace. He just wanted some quiet.
He wanted to rest. But heaven, you could say, had other plans. It said, hold on.
That's our starting point then, this unrest of the righteous.
Exactly. Rashi tells us the righteous, they desire that tranquility. It's like a little taste of Olam Haba, the world to come.
But this world isn't for that.
No. This world is for tikkun. It's for repair. And Gaddi Efrayim notes point out that Yaakov's longing, it was a powerful spiritual energy, but heaven sort of redirects it. It says, you can't rest yet. There are sparks down in Egypt waiting for you.
So his peace becomes his mission, which, that brings up a really big question, doesn't it? If Yosef's suffering is part of this blueprint.
Then what about the brothers' free will?
Yeah, exactly. How do you square that circle? Divine justice and a pre-written plan.
Well, that's where you have to look at it from a mystical perspective. The Ramban, the Zohar, they all basically agree.
Okay.
Yaakov's destiny required a descent before the ascent. Yosef's trials, the pit, the prison, all of it. That wasn't just tragedy. It was purification.
Purification for what?
For the world.
Yep.
For every generation to come. He was acting as the Tzaddik Yesod Olam, the righteous foundation of the world. He was processing the cosmos, not just his own life.
Okay, that's the why. What about the how? Beit Yisrael International has that incredible analogy from the Midrash.
Oh, yeah. The fire, the flame, and the straw.
Tell us about that. Yaakov is the fire.
He's the fire, which represents Chukma, pure abstract wisdom, the source, but Yosef. Yosef is the flame. He's Yesod.
The foundation.
The foundation. And the flame is what extends the fire's holiness. A flame can go into the darkness, into Egypt, let's say.
And not be extinguished.
And not be consumed by it. That's his unique role. That's the work of Mashiach ben Yosef.
So he's not just a person, he's a function. A bridge? Gaddi Efrayim even calls it spiritual technology. I love that framing.
It is. It's the perfect term, spiritual technology. The Ramak explains Yosef's job is to repair Yesod, the bridge between heaven and earth.
So if that bridge is broken,
the world is fragmented, and Yosef uses his own fragmented experiences, his own betrayals, to fix it. He becomes the operating system for Tikkun Olam. He reconnects the pieces across all 70 dimensions of reality.
Every betrayal he went through became an algorithm for unification.
Yeah.
That's a powerful thought.
It is.
So let's bring this down to a personal level. How does this ancient cosmic algorithm apply to, us? Right now.
Yeah. Beit Yisrael International makes this point very clearly. They say, redemption always begins with fracture.
In our own lives.
Yes. In our own lives, we all have these sparks of Yosef's souls inside of us. So here's the takeaway for you, for anyone listening. When you feel betrayed, when you're misunderstood, especially by those closest to you, that's your Yosef moment.
You're carrying that flame.
You're carrying that inner flame. You're extending that abstract fire of holiness into the nitty-gritty of creation. Your personal struggle becomes part of the architecture of redemption.
So the yearning for rest is actually the birth of the mission. And Yosef had to be hidden, concealed.
Because the repair has to happen from inside the darkness. It can't be imposed from the outside.
And that concealment it's the final piece, isn't it?
It's the key.
Well,
Kol HaTorah teaches that Mashiach ben Yosef is often unrecognized, hidden, just like the brothers didn't recognize Yosef.
So redemption begins when we finally see.
It begins with recognition. When Israel can finally say, I am Yosef, think about the phrase, Ad Yosef Cha Yosef still lives.
The foundation is still there.
It's eternal. It's just waiting for the light of our own understanding to end the concealment and for us to see that divine architecture hidden in our own fractured lives.